Alright. We got 6.4 part B, similar questions to the reteaching, which are similar questions to the quiz, which are similar questions on the test. So you proper planning prevents poor performance. Proper planning prevents poor performance. P to the fifth. What? First one, when you have a fraction exponent, you want to make sure to do it in prime factorization. If you know a number is not prime, like 40, you want to make sure to do your factor tree. So I could say 4 and 10. I can break down 4 to 2 and 2. I can break down 10 to 2 and 5. So I'm rewriting this. I have 5 to the 1/2 because I haven't touched this first part yet. The second part, I have 1, 2, 3 2s. So that's 2 to the third because I have 3 2s. And I have 1, 5. So that's just 5 to the first. That's raised to the 1/2 because this is 40 and this is 40 raised to the 1/2. So now I have to think my properties of exponents. I have first power to a power here and here. So 5 1/2 times 2 to the 3/2 times 5 to the 1/2. So that's a half. Now I'm not done with my properties of exponents because here I have the same base. This is base 5, this is base 5. Base, remember, is the big number raised to any exponents. So when I'm rewriting this, I still have my 2 to the 3/2. That is not changing. And just like if I have an x to the 1/2 times x to the 1/2, you only write the x once. So just like the 5s, I only write the 5 once because I'm combining these. Once you combine your exponents, that's the same thing as just writing the base once. So 1/2 plus 1/2, because when you're multiplying, you are adding your exponents to the first. Next one. Let's do the next one. Ooh, I don't know why it does that. So I have to rewrite this in in a radical format. So when I have a problem like this, remember, the reason why we have fraction exponents are going to be your radical. They're going to be your root. The root. This is your root. So I'm going to first, whenever it says write in a radical form, ooh, that's so radical. Oh, yeah. I can first write my root. The denominator. The number on bottom is always your index, your little number out in front. Make sure it's a little number like so. Anything that's left over, once you take out that divide by number, stays inside the root. So this would be my final answer. Next, write the expression. So there's no fraction exponents in this parentheses. Whoopsie daisy. So if this is just the first into the first, I don't even really have to have those parentheses there. I could, if I wanted to, rewrite it just like so, times 3. So now there's no fraction exponent, so I can multiply these two numbers together, and 8 times 3, that would give me 24. Yes, it would. And now I look at my x's. My x's have the same base, and it's multiplying in between. X's with the same base you add. No, I'm not going to lie. I can't do 2/3 plus 5/7 in my head very nicely. So I'm going to push pause, and I'm going to do that on my calculator real quick. You know what? I just thought of, I could have lied and said I just did that in my head, but I didn't. I did my calculator. 29 over 21. So this would be my final answer, because 2/3 plus 5/7 is 29 over 21. And my last but not least. First thing that I noticed about this problem is that I have a power raised to 1/4 right here. That's a fraction exponent. So I'm going to first rewrite in prime factorization. Now I've said this before in class, but I personally like when I do not already have a fraction, and if I have a power to a power, what I do first is I simplify the power first. So this power to a power, I have to think, what should I do with my exponents? A power to a power, the property means I should be multiplying, and you have to be, don't be greedy. So if I'm multiplying, this becomes 3/4, this becomes 2, this becomes, now I'm going to do this part right here, so you see this would be multiplying these two together. I need to simplify that fraction because both of these can be divisible by 2. So this would be negative 7 over 2. Not done yet because I don't want to have any negative exponents. So I know I'm going to have a division because this y has to move to the bottom because it's negative. I don't want any negatives. So 3 to the 3/4 x squared. And that right there is my final answer. Thank you. Have a great day. Make sure you come and ask questions if you don't understand something. P to the 5th. Don't forget it.